Hello, everybody, and welcome to Daffodilly Plays. So, today I'm going to be playing something new. Well, I mean, obviously not new for me. I've done this quite a few times. But we are going to play Roblox. Should be very exciting. I plan to show you how you can make a lot of money. I don't have a lot right now, but I'm very good at making a lot of money. So what I've done is I am on a public server, and I have, here, let me show you. I have leveled all the way up so that I can go to pretty much any island. We've got all the islands unlocked. My favorite island to make money on is definitely Lunar, so we're going to start there so I can show you my quick grinding for coins hack. So the first thing you do is you're going to go to Lunar, and obviously you don't have to do things the same way I do, but I like to have like a loop that I kind of do. So I'll start on one side of the island, and I will kind of just go around, and basically if you can mine it or harvest it, that's what I do. I don't always get the logs on the beach, but ooh, and we got a pot of gold too. Bonus. So my favorite thing to do when I'm trying to get a certain amount of ore or a lot of coins, especially for breeding, because goodness, that takes a lot of coins, doesn't it? In this game, the horses are very expensive to breed. I will come over here to Lunar Island, and I will go around and around, sometimes in specific places, because of course I have my favorites, and I will collect everything I can find. And Lunar Island has the moonstone ore, which is one of the more valuable ores in the game, and it is fairly easy to grind for moonstone and obsidian on Lunar Island because they usually spawn in second or third spawn, which is to say if you harvest a rock like so. So I'm going to go up to it and I'm going to click on it so that I've harvested it now. And I do have the obsidian harvester, so it goes a little bit faster. It takes a lot longer to harvest things if you have a lower level harvester. But yeah, spawn rate. If I go up to a rock and I harvest it, and then I come back after it spawns back into the game, the moonstone and obsidian are more likely to spawn the second or third time that you do that. I'm sorry if you have to watch me catch a bunch of horses, but that is also part of the coin grinding, because one of the best ways to level up and make coins is to catch like literally every horse you see. My favorite strategy is to stick to tin lassos, because while it takes longer, you get just as many, if not more, experience points. That could be wrong, don't quote me on that, but that's what it feels like. And you spend less money when you do it. So I stick to like tin. My best friend likes to use copper, so I mean, it really depends on what you prefer. So the main part of the grinding is going to be pretty much every rock you see and every horse you see, you're going to go ahead and get it. You don't have to get every plant, but it does raise the likelihood of getting the plants you prefer, like neon flowers, corn, which is really good for bonding with your horse. See, sometimes I'll get the logs off the beach just to raise the likelihood that it'll spawn a shell or a pearl or something. Just remember, every time you pick something up or harvest something or mine something, you are raising the likelihood of finding something more interesting the next time you come back around. Now this is what I call my circuit. So what I'll do is I'll come over here to this little island that's kind of shaped like the capital D, capital letter D, and I will do a specific circle around this island so that I hit everything, and I will mine pretty much everything every time around. And again, that raises the likelihood of spawning obsidian, moonstone, gold, silver. If you pick up the plants too, then you're raising the likelihood of getting the more rare plants. If you get the logs off the beach, you're raising the likelihood of finding seashells and stuff. So all around, it's usually a best plan to just harvest all of it. I don't often go out of my way to get the logs and stuff, but if I'm really hurting for money, definitely. Because, I mean, you can even sell logs. Now, I do have the fireworks from the quest, the Toby quest on mainland. There's one of the quests that Toby on mainland will give you is to go check on his grandpa in the cave somewhere on the island, and he'll give you some fireworks. Now, when you complete that quest, you still get these faulty fireworks, and you can use them to open up these blocked caves on the different islands. It will always warn you to stand back, but it doesn't actually hurt you if you don't, so don't worry about it if you forget to. I think it's just like the game being silly. Like, oh no, fireworks, stand back. So if you don't have that quest yet, you won't be able to open this cave, but that doesn't have to be part of the circuit. There's a lot more, even on just this one little piece of Lunar. Like, this is my favorite part of the Lunar Islands, because there's multiple of them. This one's definitely my favorite. So if you can't get into that cave, don't stress about it. You're not missing out on a whole lot. Or just go do the Toby quest. I mean, it's one of the first quests he gives you, so it won't take a long time to do. If you'll notice, this island is built in a shape that's really easy to go round and round. So we go kind of around this hill up here, and I'm hitting pretty much every harvestable resource on the way up. So we got some tin, we got some bronze, we got some, I don't even know what all, so much stuff. Ooh, here's some iron. I don't think I'm gonna get the horses this time because I feel like that would just take a long time. You guys already know what I'm talking about. I don't always make the effort to come down here in the little hole part, but those craters often have rocks and harvestable resources in them as well, so it doesn't ever hurt to check. And again, if you mine it or harvest it and you plan on coming back around, it does raise the likelihood of it spawning a more valuable resource. So if you're going to be grinding here for a while, you should mine even the plain stones, because that gives you more chances of getting the obsidian and the moonstone and whatnot on your return trip. So this is my normal circuit that I normally do. I kind of have a system where I go around and I run it the same way when I'm just trying to grind for coins. But yeah, I usually catch the horses too, but I'm gonna skip these ones this time, just because I think you get the picture. But yeah, see, this is the first obsidian I found so far. It's not often that I find moonstone or obsidian already on the island, especially this little, the capital D-shaped island that I usually go to. But I am raising the likelihood that they will spawn again by mining all of the rocks and whatnot. So you may see on my second time go round, there will probably be more obsidian or moonstone. We'll see. I'll show you, so you'll get to see how that works. The nice thing about this island is that the length and width of it is almost the perfect size, that by the time you get around it, if you're mining absolutely everything and catching all the horses, by the time you get around it, the stuff at the beginning has already started respawning. So you don't have to wait for anything. You can just continuously go in a circle. I saw a rope on the other side, so I'm gonna go get that. Rope is like one of the most valuable commodities in this game, I swear. I trade people entire horses for rope. Okay, so if you come around the back of the island this way, because we're going all the way around. If you'll notice on the map, we're over here now. So we started over here, we came across this bridge, and we started here, and there's that little cave there in the front. And then we came back out of the cave, and we went over here to the fireworks cave. And then we came back out of there, and we went around the loop and up onto the top of the hill. And on top of the hill, there's always going to be 2 horses. There's going to be one here close to the mouth of the path, and there's going to be one farther over this way near the tree. Now, on this edge of the top of the hill, there's resources there. And on this edge of the top of the hill, there's resources there. So you're going to want to hit both of those for sure every time. I usually hit this one first and then loop around, because this is where the path comes out in the beginning anyway. And after I get these resources, I usually just jump off the cliff and go this way, so I can go the rest of the way around the island. Because remember, we've already been over here. So now we've come around the island and past the little bridge to the other part, and we are around the back, and we've got this little nook here that has the resources in it. I think a lot of people that come to the Lunar Islands don't realize how many of these crevices and nooks have resources in them. You kind of just have to keep your eye out for it. But yeah, you're going to want to harvest all of these resources if you're grinding and you're planning on coming back around, and you're trying to spawn the obsidian and moonstone, or just make money or whatever. You're going to want to collect all of it every time. I'm going to get a drink of water while I wait for that. Now, keep in mind, if you have a harvester that isn't the obsidian or higher, it's going to take you a lot longer to harvest that obsidian and moonstone. So don't feel bad about that, because that's just giving the timer a longer and better chance of having respawned everything by the time you get back to the beginning. So you don't have to worry about that. That's a good thing. Now over here, I do often skip this little part of beach that's over there, because I want to go in this cave. This cave has a lot of resources. Now you can see most of that beach from before you go into the doorway of the cave, and you can see, I think, the rest of it when you get back out the other side. So you don't necessarily have to walk along that beach unless you see something before you go in or after you come out. I do usually peek both ways just to make sure I haven't missed anything, but I rarely do. Oftentimes when I see stuff on the beach too, unless it's a rope or a pearl, I'm not interested. A lot of the stuff that pops up on the beaches isn't really worth your time unless you're trying to get like certain colors for your tack or your barn or whatever. But see, after you come out of the cave, you can stand up here and you can see, yeah, all the way back to that path where you went in. So if there was anything along the beach, you'd be able to see it and go get it. And you can still stay on the path and continue the circuit. So this is the last resource that shows up on our circuit, is that rock right there. And then when we come out of this path down here, we're pretty much back where we started. I don't know if you can see, there's the bridge that we came in on. So over here, we can get this log and we can start back at the beginning. And this is the original cave. Here we've already got some more resources in here. They should all be respawned. Yep, one came back as obsidian already. Looks like we got a lot of plain rocks again this time, but that's not too big of a deal. Like I said, the obsidian and the moonstone often comes around the best on the second or third respawn. And if you are committed to grinding, then you just keep going round and round and get everything anyway, so it doesn't really matter if any of them are plain rocks. I mean, I guess bonus points if you've chosen to go with the rock lassos, which are even cheaper than the tin ones, the ones that I use. I like the tin ones because I like that it catches them in threes. That makes my brain happy. I don't know why. I'm autistic. Just leave me alone about it, okay? Let me be happy with my threes. So we're back around this way now. A really funny thing happens over here sometimes when I come around. Sometimes I won't have been gone long enough. Like this time I think it's because I didn't catch the horses. Or because there wasn't as many higher quality resources that take me longer to mine. A lot of times the firework rocks won't have spawned back in yet. Now the problem, the funny thing comes when I come inside because I've already got the rocks out of the way, so I don't have to worry about it, right? And then the rocks will close up behind me and I have to blast myself out instead of in. That does happen every once in a while. There was also one time that I got stuck in here, and when I tried to blast myself out for some reason, it like glitched me into the ground, and that was super weird. But I mean, that's happened other times when I wasn't stuck in the cave, so that might not have been a fireworks related glitch, just a horse island glitch. Gotten a lot of tin. Love me some tin. Tin remains one of my absolute favorite resources. I think I do most of my tack in obsidian, but I like to use the tin lassos. So we should still have the same horses up here that we saw last time because I didn't catch them. Yep, and we've got a moonstone. Our plan is already working. Now, when I do this, and I call it the circuit, when I do the circuit, I don't go to the other islands unless I can see from my circuit something that I want on the other islands. And that's usually aside from when I first get to Lunar. I'll do a little quick run of that crescent-shaped island there, just to check for like rare horses or make sure I didn't miss out on any moonstone or whatever. But I don't usually even go to the other islands. It's very rare that I'll go to the other ones. I like best just running my little circuit here, and I like it when I'm all by myself. On my little circuit, like I don't mind if other people come to Lunar Island, but like when other people come to Lunar Island and they like interrupt me over here where I'm running my little capital D-shaped island, I do get kind of frustrated about that sometimes. It's okay though, I'll live. Again, it's probably just me. But yeah, after we do the circuit this time around, I can show you a rough idea of how much money we made just running this circuit. And you will see why it is very useful for grinding for coins and stuff. We did get a whole lot of plain rocks this time around. It's kind of frustrating. But I mean, you can sell rocks too. They're not. And remember, keep in mind too that if you were catching horses this whole time you're running the circuit, you would have that as well. What are you doing, horse? Alright, we got us a gold rock. We got us a tin rock. We got us a rock. And another rock. And another tin rock. Okay. Oh, that kind of sounds like a ghost. Spooky. See, this is why it's worth it to pick up the logs on the beach and stuff, because then when you come back around, you might find like pearls and ropes and stuff. If you leave the logs, they're obviously just going to stay logs. And if you don't need logs, there's not usually a reason to pick them up. But if you pick them up, you might find cool stuff. See, here's another moonstone. So if you come to Lunar Island looking for moonstone or obsidian, and you find yourself getting disappointed that you've wandered all the little islands and you've only found like one or none, don't get too discouraged, because the best thing you can do is just mine a bunch of random stuff and then loop back around. because you're gonna have a much higher likelihood of finding something if you've already mined that and it's had time to respawn. I don't know why the game works that way, but it does. It does definitely work that way. Also, it is frustrating how long the obsidian and moonstone takes to mine. It is way too long. I definitely need a better harvester. This is the best one I got right now. And it took me forever to save up for this one because I always use my money breeding my horses. I used Robux for the first time after Christmas because one of my friends got me some. And it was way too much fun using Robux for the breeding vouchers. That's literally what I spent like every single Robux on, is the breeding vouchers. I have some really cool horses though, okay? It was worth it to me. Alright, we're going up in here. Whoa. One of my favorite Lunar Island glitches is that there's like a no gravity, so if your horse jumps or if you accidentally like break the rock while your horse is on top of it, you like kind of shoot off into space and it takes a while to come back down. Very entertaining. Okay, I think I'm gonna check the little cave one last time before we go cash out. I love the little horse sound effects. This is Galaxies, by the way, everybody. She's a thoroughbred. I think she's a cross coat, but I've put the fancy mane and tail on her from the Robux dyes, and I got a fancy aura that's hard to get a hold of. She's got 100 speed. That's why I keep her around, because we can go fast. Personally, thoroughbreds are my absolute favorite riding horses in this game, as much as I like so many of the other horses, because if I'm trying to get somewhere, I don't like it to take a long time. It's really frustrating to me. Then again, I play this game kind of weird. I don't know that I play it the same way as everybody else, because I get like this idea in mind of how I wanna do it, where I wanna go, and then I wanna get it done quickly. So I get annoyed when it takes a long time. I feel like the only reason the lassoing thing doesn't apply to that is because I actually really like watching the horses run around. So it's kind of fun to chase them. If that makes sense. I like that they have their own autonomy when you're trying to lasso them, that they're not running because you told them to run or whatever, like your horse does. If that makes sense. So having the lower level lasso makes that experience last longer, so I do enjoy that. I don't know if you noticed, but there's this weird glitched rock on Lunar. I don't know if the game developers have noticed. There's this little rock that you have to like stand right on top of to be able to get it, because it's glitched into the ground. But that one's always like that. I guess it's just how the game is built. It is weird though. One of the things I do like about Horse Island is that pretty much everything is in the same place. So once you get used to running a circuit type thing, it's really easy to predict where stuff is going to be and how long it's going to take to respawn. So you can get really used to it. I like predictability a lot. And then it still has the novelty of you never know what is going to respawn. And that's nice too. Okay, let's see how much we made. Now we got 2 horses. Don't mind my extreme amount of horses in here. Alright, we got 2 horses, and then we found farming wise, we found 1 corn, 3 blueberries, 9 raspberries, 3 blackberries, 8 strawberries. Oh, those are the raspberries and those are the strawberries. Sorry, guys. They look so much alike. 9 wheat. 5 moonstone. 9 obsidian. 7 gold. 3 pearls. An orange seashell, a pink seashell, a blue seashell, a white seashell, 7 silver, 11 iron. I think I found some flowers, but I'm not 100% on that because I have funky numbered flowers. Bronze, copper, both had a decent amount. I have no idea how many tin I found because I don't ever sell my tin. 160 stones and a log. Alright, let's see how we did. Ta-da! Just that few laps we got 5,185 tokens, and that's without catching all of the horses. That was only 2 horses. If I had caught all of the horses, we would have got at least 7 or 8, depending on the rounds you ran. So yeah, one of the best ways to make money. Anyway, this has been my fun little tutorial on how to make money on Horse Island. I hope you enjoy it. This is me and my beautiful horse, Galaxies. Isn't she beautiful? Thank you for your time. Bye.